What's up, Internet? We are here once again on my Nintendo Switch, pretty much getting ready to be completely disappointed with yet another game, but what do I know? I noticed the visuals are a little bit wonky, so just give me a second. I will refit the screen. There we go. Sorry, I was recording something earlier and I forgot I messed with the settings. Anyway, we are here to figure out what is Pokemon Let's Go Eevee because Pikachu is stupid. I think I've got something of an interesting perspective on how this game might go because as I understand, everyone's basically just saying it's Pokemon Yellow but with Pokemon Go controls or whatever. But the thing is, I never got to play Pokemon Go because my phone is an old piece of crap. So this is gonna be interesting. But then I also remembered, The World Ends With You had, like, motion controls and shit like that, and it was, well, awful. So I'm hoping it's not that case. Okay, press a button with how you... Okay, so you only use one controller. That's weird. Okay. Well, I'm ambi, so I can use either, but I'll use left hand just because control stick is not in the center of the actual controller because that's dumb. Right button. Okay, so confirm. I think my controller actually did come with, like, these little wrist strap things, but I've never used them. I think it's, like, sitting in a closet somewhere because it was dumb. But, your TV is significantly smaller than my TV, and I think that's supposed to be my TV. It's just not realistic. It's Nintendogs all over again. Oh god, it's gonna be awful. I'm already regretting this purchase. Okay, what language would you like to... I would like to play in Korean. And I have that option. Let's go with English. Well, it's been forever since I've... Well, I was about to say it's been forever since I've played Pokemon, but no, it's been a week since I've played Pokemon. It's been forever since I've played modern Pokemon. That's because modern Pokemon has a lot of flaws, whereas older Pokemon is better. I recognize this guy. In fact, I recognize this exact statement from about a year ago. Yeah, just let me get my Charizard and we're good to go. Actually, I'm stuck with Eevee that can't evolve, which is dumb. But still marginally better than Pikachu because Pikachu is stupid. And I will forever claim that. Okay, we have to pick a character design. Are these just like prefabbed or like is there editing that we can do afterwards? I guess we'll pick this guy because he looks kind of like the protagonist from Ruby, which I really like. That's like my favorite Pokemon protagonist. Minus. It's like, where the hell is that button? Oh, it's right next to the most awkward place to ever hold the controller. Got it. Wow, that is a face of some description. What's his name now? I think we're obligated to... Now, as I understand, through the story, we're apparently like the kid of, well, ourselves from Pokemon Red. So that would make this guy, I would assume, Faffymon Jr. He looks like Faffymon. Not half as cool, though. And probably just as much of a complete asshole. Let's go! Tagline of game. Hey, there's a Nintendo Switch. Go buy one so you can play this, maybe. Actually, Nintendo and Pokemon have been doing that since the first one, so, I can't complain too much. Hey, look, it's an Eevee! Hey, Fafimon Jr. might not be a colossal asshat. Nice. Also, that poster's the opening to original Pokemon. That's kind of cool. We get our first Pokemon. And as we know, we always go for Charizard. Except for Pokemon Yellow, where you were stuck with a Pikachu. Oh, hey, there's an original Pokemon spread on that calendar. I like that. And this one where we're going to be stuck with an Eevee that can't evolve. Which feels like it's a missed opportunity. I mean, it was like that in Pokemon Yellow, too. You got a Pikachu, which was dumb, but it couldn't evolve either. Because it suddenly lost its mascot cuteness appeal. I know this town. It's a lot more three-dimensional than I remember it, though. Now, if I recall, I have to go this way. And then he gets attacked, and he tells me not to do a thing, and then he catches a Pikachu and makes me use it because I can't pick a Charmander, damn it. Oh, he's not actually getting attacked by monsters. He's learning! He's actually becoming friends. I'll actually give credit where credit's due. That's kind of clever, anyway. That's a sound effect. Uh-oh. I can't fight. I don't have any usable Pokemon. Okay, and here's where we get all motion capture-y. Oh, hold horizontally. Yeah, because that's how you normally hold a controller, not, you know, at any angle whatsoever. Okay, press A to ready Pokeball. So, A. And then wave. Don't forget that. Don't throw your Wii remote through your TV. Like that. Keep an eye on the rings and throw, but watch. Okay, so am I supposed to wait for them to overlap? Or... That's awkward, to say the least, but... Hey, we caught an Eevee. Oh, crap, I have to name this thing. I don't have a name for it. Shit. I always have a name for these things. What am I gonna name him? He doesn't want to beat his Pokeball because he's rebellious like Pikachu. Or whatever, because anime. Actually, I've heard there's a Pokemon anime that's based around, like, the actual Pokemon Adventures manga that was actually good. I'm half tempted to, check that out later, because that actually sounds not terrible. Oh, maybe one of them is a Charmander. I want that one. You can take the one that's strong against it. I want this one. The Bulbasaur. Okay, I'll go for this one, which I think was the Squirtle. Ah. It's nice that at least my rival's not a complete asshole this time. No, you always gotta go with the Charmander, because Charmander's the best starter. Everyone knows that. It's a flamethrower and a dinosaur combined. How do you screw that up? You can't. It's mathematically impossible. It sounds like Kirby. It's the same voice actress. It's kind of nice they're at least, you know, using voice actors for Pokemon in the game now, I guess. Name. Coco, huh? Yeah, okay, I'll use your suggestion, go for Coco. I mean, it was that, or I was gonna, probably use, like, a name I've always wanted to name a dog, which is Garm. Because, Norse mythology's fun. There's so many good, like, names for dogs and stuff in Norse mythology. But that actually works better, so we'll go with Coco. You got a Pikachu. Ha! You got screwed. Actually, this reminds me of the first time I saw... What's in this? Yeah, what's the monster? I want it. It's probably like a Snorlax or a Mewtwo or something. But this reminds me of the first time I saw Pokemon Yellow screenshots. And I think I mentioned this once or twice before, but every time I saw it, it was like a screenshot of your character fighting an Eevee, which made me think, oh, I can step on it and, like, returns to me. That's... okay. That's weird. But I thought that meant you could run into wild Eevees. So I figured, you know, from the start, I'd get a wild Eevee team and just, like, make all the evolutions. Even though I really hated Eevees. Although now I've got a huge respect for Jolteon. But it was that, and I remember seeing, like, actual monsters walking around in grass. And that's actually something that's going to be in this game, as I understand it. You wanted a Pikachu. What is wrong with you? You got screwed, buddy. Clearly, I got the better end of that deal. Take this with you. It's a Pokedex, I'm betting. It's extremely high-tech, but it's not going to contain any monsters from any generation past the first one. Therefore, it's a low-tech version of it. Well, you can get their visuals and you can figure out where they go, and that's about as much detailed information as any Pokemon trainer really needs. And you know, I've already done your dream so many times, dude. Your dream has been fulfilled so many times. Yeah, your rival isn't a colossal dick. That's kind of actually refreshing. Now, as I understand, because Pikachu and Eevee can't evolve, which, again, is a huge blow to Eevee and Pikachu, but especially Eevee because that's the whole point, apparently they get, like, all sorts of crazy new moves to cover it. I think I heard Eevee gets, like, a fire attack for some reason. But I've just heard they try and compensate for the fact. Ooh, Pidgeys! I love Pidgeys. Pidgeys make me happy. Now, here's the weird thing about this. I'll overshot that. There we go. There's no actual battling in this game, which is weird to me. And it seems like that's going to make this game go by a lot faster, just because you're not going to be, like, leveling or grinding. Like, I guess you get some experience if you catch monsters, but there's no functional battling, which means everything's going to be so much faster to get through. You're not going to let me name that? Hey, there's a Bellsprout. I'm going to catch a Bellsprout. He gave me kissy lips. Go. Wow, this motion control stuff sucks. I mean, I don't think I need to say that. Like, motion controls inherently defeat the purpose of what actual video game controls are. Because, you know, you do complex actions with your whole body without really thinking about it, because your brain automatically connects to your muscles and it just does it without really thinking about it. That's just, you know, how your body works. Hey, Coco's a girl. That's actually pretty rare. Starting monsters always have, like, a 5% chance of actually, like, being a girl, so, you know, actually starting with a girl monster, that's cool. But because you can't really translate actual, like, muscle control from your brain to your body into games, they go with the next best thing, which is just pressing a button, because it's something simple that you don't really have to think about. What is it? You find a thing? Oh, that's kind of cool. But, of course, when you try and, like, mimic moving a human body with an external peripheral, suddenly it immediately destroys immersion because it doesn't feel natural anymore. And that's why stuff like the Wii just never made sense, from a mechanical standpoint, anyway. Hey, there's a bug catcher. I mean, it's kind of nice your entire team seems to get some level. Hey, it's those Team Rocket assholes from the anime. They're still kicking. You would think they'd probably be like, you know, 50 or something by now. Even that they were like 20 or so in the anime. Hey, Spiro. I remember back in the day, I was walking through a mall out of town somewhere. And I ended up somehow drafted into, like, this quiz event. And, like, if you answered a question correctly, you ended up winning. It was a Pokemon poster, like an original 151 Pokemon poster. And the kid that got picked in front of me got the question wrong, and then they just gave me the question, and I got it right, and it was, what's the evolution of Spearow? So, I don't like Spearow, but I've got sort of a weird historical footnote of it, so that's kind of fun. I want to run into a Nidoran. Rattata. You're not Nidoran. Can you actually bite me and, you know, have that do a thing? That would be kind of cool. I mean, this is going so fast, and, like, if there's no actual battling, how else do you get experience other than just catching stuff? It seems weird to me. Also, why can I not name my Pidgey? I wanted to name my Pidgey. Maybe it's in options I can rename stuff. Yes! Oh, it's a lady Nidoran. I like boy Nidoran. Because you get Nidoking, which is one of my favorite monsters. Next to Pidgey. And Charizard. And, Mawile, Gallade, Gardevoir, and Silvally. Because new generation monsters have to have something I really like. Alright. Can I get the other one, though? Because it's the other one I really want. It's kind of nice that my entire team levels out of this, though. Any other Pokemon game, and you'd have to just swap every single turn and, like, have half your monsters taken out as you go, and that sucks. This is actually kind of cool. I already have a Pidgey. I noticed I didn't get jumped by my rival here, like, in Gen 1. That's kind of interesting. I know a lot of people never actually, did that because there's no point in going this way. But if you go this way very early on, you get jumped by your rival, and he has a monster that's like level 15 or something like that, and he's ridiculously hard. You can watch my Let's Play of original Pokemon and find that, but yes, 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 yes. Alright. I mean, if I'm limited to Gen 1 monsters, I'm getting my favorite Gen 1 monsters. That's half a team right there. And I guess I'll go with Nidoran, Nidoqueen, along with Nidoking. Come on, get caught, damn it. Hooray! Alright, we are on our freaking way. But how else are you supposed to get, like, experience? Because you can't fight things. Are you just supposed to waste uncountable numbers of Pokeballs to catch stuff? Because I'm noticing we're not getting money for any of this. So buying more Pokeballs seems not like a hindrance, but it seems ridiculously kind of awkward. Also, why does this entire town have the Pokemon Center theme? That's just weird. Alright, where's the Pokemon PC thing that lets me swap my monsters? Because I want to swap my monsters. Okay. PC? Are you a girl named PC? I know about initiative. I've been playing RPGs since before you were born, kiddo. Alright, we've got a map. Jinsey! Undergoing maintenance. What? So they're just always with me? What? Okay, how do I, Whoops. Okay, well, I don't want Rattata. Oh, we can just change names here. Okay, that's cool. So, open Pokemon box. We will, add to party. Over top of Rattata, because why would we ever want a Rattata? And, change name. What are we going to name our Pidgey? A bunch of empty spaces, yes. No, but, I do like that you can just change the name of your monster whenever. That's kind of cool. Let's see. Nah, I don't want to name... Let's see. My first one was named Zephyr. Zephyr Jr. sounds kind of dumb. Yeah, what the hell. For what it's worth, this is not a Final Fantasy reference, and I will stand by that because that terrible character is terrible. We'll name that Squall in honor of Zephyr. If I'm naming a monster after a Final Fantasy VIII character, it will be Laguna, because Laguna was awesome. But, change name. What will our Nidoqueen be? What's a good queen name? I need a good name. Ah, what the hell. I will name it after my queen. My lovely girlfriend. And Nidoking, I am going to right some wrongs. Because I didn't do this the first time, and I regret it. We will name the Nidoking after the mighty Kamina. Alright, so we got Coco, Bellsprout. I don't see myself keeping Bellsprout, so I'll just remove from party. Remove from party. That seems like a good team so far. Alright. It's kind of weird that you can just swap all your monsters on a whim. It's very handy, and that's very player-friendly, but it seems weird to me. Nice hair. Your Meowth doesn't talk. It's probably the kid of the other Meowth. Did not inherit the ability to talk. I know about all this shit, possibly, as long as it's not motion control related. I just want to move on. I want to go to Viridian Forest and run into many a Weedle and get poisoned about 87 times. Hey, this guy. Yes. Always with the parcels. And Professor Oak. For some reason. I'm guessing if I say yes, it just teleports me, but I feel like that defeats the purpose, so we'll walk. Alright. Are there any interesting monsters we've not run into yet? It'd be kind of neat if you could find, like, just wild monsters attacking each other and, like, jump in on the fray and try and catch both or something. That would be a neat mechanic. Alright, so... here we are at the lab. It's now sitting on my head. I think that's dumb. Can we get that to not happen ever again, please? That's something that does kind of piss me off, is if you get the Pikachu version, it just hangs off your shoulder, whereas Eevee sits on top of your head. I think that's dumb. Hey, I got some raspberries already. They're poisonous to people, so don't eat them unless you have a death wish. Oh god, it's suddenly so much more like Safari Zone. That's terrifying. I still don't understand how I'm supposed to train up my team. Fight me! Yes, but you can't battle wild monsters because reasons that no longer make sense. Alright, buddy, let's go. Can I whack you with a Pokeball and steal your stupid monsters? I mean, it's a Pikachu and I don't want it, but still. Okay, that was actually kind of cool. I'm just gonna catapult my Eevee into combat. Alright, I'll go with Tackle. Now, statistically speaking, Pikachu's actually probably in a better spot than I am, simply because it actually has an element. Whereas, Normal is not remotely effective against anything and is weak to other things, so it's just kind of a crap element, which is why you try and evolve your Eevee as fast as possible. Not that you can in this game, of course. Hey, I got money. Time to buy a bunch more Pokeballs so I can fight more monsters. I have more than you, too. Weird I didn't get any experience from that fight, though. What's in this Pokeball? Tell me your secrets. Tell me the secrets of the Pokeball. Also, how do I get more Pokeballs, and are they affordable? Because you started me out with 50, which seems exorbitant. Hey, person. Sportswear! This is a thing that's happening for reasons. Partner play? Play with Cocoa. You can pet by placing hand on... Okay. And then if you, like, touch it in the wrong place, it tries to bite you or something. Touch. Oh. Can I squeeze your little paw pads? That's fun to do with cats. They have little bean toes, and they're squishy, and I love them. Can I feed you a raspberry? Okay. Okay, how do we get out of this now? Because I'm done doing this, thank you. Alright, so now we've got new monster clothes or something. Let's see. No, there we go. More details. Change markings. Ah. Reorder moves, move info back. How do I use that thing we were just given, though? Bag, perhaps? Candy jar. Yes, please. Clothing trunk. Choose an outfit for me. Oh, so this is like, what was it? Pokemon Y or whatever, where you could actually, like, actively buy clothes for your Pokemon for reasons. Now you can make your monster look just as much like a jerk as you. Awesome. But you can't do that with any other monster, so if I ever wanted to do that to, say, my Nidoking, that will eventually happen, that's a no-go. Also, that is stupid. I'm taking that off immediately. How do you... why is the menu button such an awkward button? It's like the one directly below the control stick. It's awkward. And you don't need pants. Good. Now get off my hat, you stupid. Are you actually going to fight me, young child? Why did you not fight me before? What? Ronnie. With his Rattata. I'll just tackle you some more. Sure. Now what's interesting is they tried to make this game like 2-player as well. Like apparently if you take the second controller you can sign in as like a guest character who follows around and like does a bunch of other crap. It seems like such a weird idea. Hey, we got Pokeballs. So that's how you get them, by beating the crap out of children. Hold on. Right, menu's the other button because, you know, actually putting it right where it would actually be good is awkward. No, I don't think I'll swap anything yet. They're lower leveled, but I figure they're probably going to get destroyed if we swap them. I know how the Pokemon Center works, dude. I wonder if now he'll fight me if I go through that extra route. I'm genuinely curious. I think I'm going to have to explore this. Now, as we all know, they don't actually heal your monsters. They disintegrate them and create clones that will one day take over the world. Also, how did you heal up my Eevee? It was sitting on my head the entire time. Were you preemptively cloning my monsters, nurse lady? Because that's weird. Genuinely curious if we'll actually get a extra fight. Let's see. Oh, yeah, it looks like we are. Alright. The obscure optional rival fight still exists. I kind of like that. That's a face. I have a Pidgey as well. He's awesome. It just seems so weird there's no wild battles anymore. That just... There's something about that that seems like it's going to throw the balance of how a game goes way out the window. Especially considering, like, you know, that means the entire game's going to run a lot faster. We will swap to the Mighty Kamina. And hope Pikachu isn't, like, level 20. See, if this was like Pokemon Red, his Pikachu would actually be about level 13. Wow, I only have... Oh, yeah, I'm not going to use that. We'll go back to Coco. Because Eevee is awesome and also capable of actually doing damage. And is significantly better than Pikachu. Even if you're faster and you actually have elemental attacks. I seem to have damage on you, though. That doesn't hurt my feelings any. It's kind of weird that they tried to mix both the idea of Pokemon Go, which was basically just to try and make a Pokemon GPS ARG, with an existing, you know, Pokemon game concept. It comes across as a little strange. Hey, we got plus speed. Nice. Alright, leveling up. Yes, seriously, Fafimon Jr., you lose. Yes, and I'll beat you if I can ever be asked to play through the entire game. Alrighty, so I guess we'll go heal up and go take on the Forest of Greenness, where we're probably going to run into multiple Weedles and get poisoned at every possible goddamn turn. Because Weedles, and, you know, my luck with getting poisoned in these games. Or lack thereof. Yes, yes, disintegrate my monsters, give me clones that will eventually take over the world, and we'll have a nice, wonderful day. It's kind of nice that they're at least putting monsters where they historically were, though. I mean, that means if you've ever played these games, you kind of already know where some of your favorites are going to be. And that's nice. I like that there's at least some recognition for the veterans out there, even though this hardly seems like the kind of game for that. The gym is locked tight because he's on a vacation or something. Last I checked, he was a despot trying to take over the world, and I kicked his ass. And he may or may not be dead, I don't know, I forget. And then he was replaced by Fafimon Sr. But the important thing is, we're making progress. Yes, that's called stab. It's nice you're actually teaching people this now. I do appreciate that they got these little check stop areas back. That's very classic. Hey, Bugcatcher, talk to me. Oh, someone curious about Pikachu. Pikachu's dumb. Rattata. Alright. I'll just continue tackling. The thing is, it seems like your entire team gets equal experience as the rest of your team, so there's no real reason to utilize the rest of your team if you don't need to, which I kind of appreciate that. It means that balancing your team levels is a lot more manageable. I also like all the free Pokeballs I get. That's kind of nice. A Metapod. Choose a berry, but I don't want to use a berry. Maybe it was like a Beedrill or something cool. Okay, so... like that. I was about to say, I don't think monsters have ever, like, escaped thus far. Okay, so motion controls is just as balls as motion controls has ever been. Because that was not reading any of my inputs. Down and flip up. Overhead seems a little bit more easier than underarm. Not by much, mind you, but still. I caught a Metapod. Yeah, it seems like they all get equal experience, so there's no real reason to necessarily stick with one monster over another. That's kind of cool. Alright. We need to catch this guy, too. Stupid little worm. I don't even need you outside of, you know, the collection process. I've got your upgrade. And since he doesn't need to fight to get experience anymore, I don't even have to worry about swapping it in just so that it gets experience. It's just going to. Oh, come on. There we go. We got a stupid little worm. Go team. I gotta admit, this sort of streamlines the entire process, and I'm not necessarily sure that's a good thing. There's more Caterpies. I already have one, though. Still, the experience could be good. So I guess we'll start randomly catching everything. Now, does, like, your timing on this affect catch rate? Again, I'm guessing this is something that goes back to Let's Go Pokemon, but I'm not sure. And if this is... This is basically the equivalent of Pokemon Blue, sort of. And if that's the case, that means we should be able to run into Weedles, but it'll be less likely to happen. But just by virtue of the experience, it might be best if we just start catching everything. Whether I want to or not, I mean, this is just a waste of Pokeballs at this point. I don't aspire to have a team of Butterfrees. I don't aspire to have a single Butterfree, but I might get one before this is all over. Okay, it looks like you want to have the ring closer to the center than further out. I'm not sure if the individual monsters give different levels of experience, though, or if that's based on level and type or what, but... We're making some progress, getting some levels in. Weedle! Yes, please. It's the slightly cooler of the stupid worms. It's tiny. What does that mean? Whoops. There we go. I could do without this motion control nonsense. Like, the rest of it seems wholly functional. Maybe not the most interesting or best designed, but, you know, get past the motion controls, it's actually not horrible. Now, it said it was tiny. Does that actually, like, tie into anything? Does that mean it's harder to hit, like in combat or something? Is there a particular reason why you'd want it to be tiny? Or does that just mean it's part of, like, a flavor because it's across, like, a size spectrum kind of thing? We already have a Metapod. So I guess we'll tuck Caterpie away. Let's see. Move Pokemon. No, I want to... Remove from party, yeah. That's what I want to do. And seeing as there's a Kakuna, we'll catch that. And then we've got, short of there being like Beedrills or some nonsense, we'll have pretty much everything from here. Still, I can't help but be curious what that whole size indicator notification was. Alright, we are leveling up. Actually, you know what? I'm genuinely curious about what that size indicator was, so we will swap our two worms for the two cocoons. We want to open Pokemon box. Remove from party. Remove from party. Let's see. Add to party. And we'll add you to the party because you got a higher level. I'm assuming because they are like, take out a Pokeball. I want to see what this feature is. Oh, sweet. That's actually kind of cool. So you can have your starter plus an extra monster following you. I knew you could get like an extra monster following you, but I wasn't sure if that erased your starter or not. Looks like you can have both, and that's kind of cool. I mean, it's not all that useful, but it's a fun little flavor thing you can do. And it does show at least a little bit of attention and detail to the game, which is pretty nice. You, give me more Pokemon balls so I can catch more monsters, so I can get more levels. It would be wonderful. Brian. Okay, tackle. That's been going well for us. Let's keep this tackle train going. Done. Yeah, you did. Plus we got 3 Pokeballs, which means more catching, which means more experience. Pokeball. I got a tiny mushroom, and if I recall, that's a thing you can sell. I already got all these monsters, though. Show me something interesting or different. An antidote. Those are useful. I kind of like that the grass gets trampled down while you walk on it. That's a small thing, but it's kind of nice. And that Weedle over there seemed to have some kind of weird, funky particle effect around it. That was weird. Maybe that means it's got like some kind of special power, or it's stronger than a standard Weedle or something. Done. Mirror move? Really? That seems ridiculously early for Pidgey to be learning that move. So they've retweaked, that's a Beedrill. Want that. It's huge? Well, I need a huge Weedle, obviously. That's gonna replace my tiny Weedle because that means it's better, probably. I mean, if this has things to do with its stats, tiny means it's probably harder to hit, but doesn't pack as much punch. Whereas larger means it probably deals a lot more damage, but it's easier to hit, I would think. Double kick? Yeah, we want to get that. Because that's a fighting move. And we're going to keep quick attack because quick attack is ridiculously useful in clutch. But you already know that. You've been watching all of this from, Gen 1 monsters, where I've been quick attacking my way to victory. No, no, I want that Weedle. If it's huge, that means it's going to be possibly better than my existing tiny Weedle, maybe? I would like to open Pokemon Box. And we will go with Weedle. Remove from party. And we will add to party. Even though there's a like a level lost, I think it'd be okay if there's a stat difference. Beedrill. Over here, Beedrill. Yeah! Freaking love Beedrill. What? I wanted to fight a Beedrill. That was the whole point of this exercise. I mean, bug monsters are by and large stupid, but come on, Beedrill's awesome. I could do without this motion control bollocks. Alright, that's great. Now where's your Beedrill buddy? Catch combo 2. Interesting. I wonder if that's based on catching the same monster twice, and if that's the case, what does it... Oh, okay, you move. That's interesting, but you can't do much to me because your attacks are stupid. Okay, I'm going to give you a berry. I feel that would be useful. So I don't want you running away. Okay. Now I just gotta wait for the right moment. That was really easy to catch a Beedrill. I feel like that should have been a lot harder to do. Lots of experience for doing that, though. Yes, Communist should learn Double Kick. I will get rid of Leer because I've never seen much of a use in Leer. Yep, you should learn Double Kick as well. We will get rid of Growl. That's one thing I don't like about, like, really young monsters, is they learn so many, like, moves that just don't do anything. And, you know, stat reduction skills and stuff, they have value, but at the same point, somewhere along the way, you have to learn the ability to actually damage enemies, or else you're not going to be able to do much. Hey! Evolution! It's a thing my Eevee will never get to do, which defeats the entire purpose of the evolution monster, but still... Hooray! Sweet. Alright, we got a Beedrill. That's pretty cool. However, you can run out of money if you just keep catching monsters, so keep that in mind. 3 raspberries. Hey, there's one of those funky glowing Caterpies. That is huge, apparently. That's not fair. You're about to be caught. And now you're not. Alright, we caught a Caterpie. Some kind of huge Caterpie. Although let's take a look, because I have a couple of Caterpies now. Open Pokemon box, take a look at stats. So this is level 5. Okay. Check summary. So let's see if there's like a significant stat detail change or something. Is there a way to compare? Okay, so 8, 21, 8, 8, 9, 7. 8, 19, 9, 9, 10. Okay, so yeah, there does appear to actually be like stat boosts, unless that's just a thing that has to do with what's the term, disposition or whatever. Personality types, because personality types tended to change stats mildly as well. It was like a 10% increase of one stat and 10% decrease in another. You can run into Bulbasaur in the forest. Well, okay. There's a vegetable to be found, apparently. I feel like you could animate that a little better. Maybe have it turn around, have it boot you with its hind legs or something. I think the animations could use a little bit of extra work. I mean, you had that awesome catapult your Pokemon into the battlefield animation. Why not spring for a little bit more for double kick? Come on. Wait, you were mentioning Bulbasaur. Let's talk about that. Oh, it probably is true. It's probably just like one of those things that only shows up 10% of the time or something. Yo, you can't punk out of a battle. Yo. Bugcatcher Doug is all street and whatnot. Double kick! That's not wildly effective. And that's going to make things more difficult. See, this is another problem with sort of early Gen 1 monsters is you have to go through Viridian Forest where everything can basically harden, and you don't have any sort of special attacks at that point. Like, there should be nothing within any of the monsters you could potentially have caught at this point that should use special attacks. So if a monster just sits here and hardens forever, it's not like you're going to lose, but it's going to take forever just to kill it. Which just comes across as weird. Maybe catch more than one monster there, Bugcatcher. Just as a hint. And maybe do more than just defend. Just saying. Hey, there's an item that was hidden. A Potion. Hooray. Those will be useful when fighting Brock because we don't have a water type. Or a grass type. Although if we hung out here and looked for a... This one should be small if I understand what that... Yep. If we look for a Bulbasaur, we'd have a thing to fight Brock with, I guess. Throw. And throw. Thanks, controls. You are ever so responsive. Throw. And throw. I don't know why it took about 6 times for that to actually happen, but we caught ourselves another Pidgey. A tiny Pidgey. The nice thing is, though, we do have fighting attacks, so rock types aren't going to be all that big of an issue. That is a step up on Gen 1, I suppose. And throw. There we go. This game does feel like it plays a lot faster than Gen 1 monsters for sure. Alright, the Mighty Kamina leveled. don't really need you, Cocoon. I just wanted to, Hey, a Super Bellsprout. Hey, it's this thing. I hate this thing, but I don't have one of these things. Again, it's like Pokemon Yellow, though. Like, they actually have voice actors for the two main monsters. Everything else is stuck with just the same crappy synth voice effects that have existed since the Game Boy. It's just strange. And the fact that it's so limited to the few that have it just comes across as really putting a giant exclamation point on the problem, I guess. I wonder if we can run into a Butterfree around here. That said, I would like to run into a Bulbasaur. That would be kind of cool. There's a trick to throwing the Pokeball. Well. I think we might have to beat you just to get it out of you. Pidgey. My Pidgey's way better than yours. So great, I don't even need to use it because it gets experience without being used. Although I won't use fighting on you because fighting is weak to flying. I remember that. From such valuable infomercials as Pokemon. Okay, now tell me the secret to throwing Pokeballs well. That's not useful, that's obvious. Hey, it's another Pikachu. I think Pikachu actually gave you quite a fair bit of experience, so I'm not opposed to trying to catch another one. This does make me question, though, where do you run into Eevee? Because, you know, this is where you ran into Pikachu originally. And it's good that he's here, because, like, in Pokemon Yellow, you couldn't run into Pikachu. But Eevee was never available as a wild monster. Yes, we should teach Squall Quick Attack instead of Tackle. Because it's actually way more useful in attack, because Tackle is one of the worst attacks next to Bide. But not actually as bad as Bide. There's Pidgey, there's another Pikachu. See, I wonder if there's, like, value in catching multiples of the same existing monster, like... Is there some particular reason why you'd want to, as opposed to just, say, catching all the individual monsters? Because I don't see much value in having an entire box of Caterpies, but we've kind of got one now. Hey, Weedle leveled. Awesome. And it's evolving! The magic of monster evolutions. And you learned Harden. Good for you. Yeah, so catch combo, I'm guessing, is catching the same monster over and over. Which makes me think it's probably sort of like a thing that means you're more likely to run into shinies, possibly. Which is kind of a cool feature. I've always liked the idea of chaining specific monsters to increase the chance of getting shinies. Like, I've never really bothered with it, but I think it's a good feature. Because it means, you know, it's not just like a 1 in 1 billion chance thing of happening. It's actually a thing that could reasonably happen to you if you really wanted it that badly. That said, I don't have the biggest love of shiny monsters either. I think a lot of them are just really boring looking. Most of them are just yellow for reasons. Well, there's the exit, but at the same time, I genuinely want to see if we can run into a Bulbasaur, so I guess I'm just going to backtrack now. Let's see if we can find one. because I think it would be cool to add a Bulbasaur to my team. Really stick it to, what's his face, the rock trainer. I mean, we already ran into a Beedrill, so it's not like we're running into stuff that can't possibly show up. More Pidgeys! And a Weedle. And a Weedle. I mean, Pokemon's not the type of game to, like, lie to its players. Hey, there's another Pikachu. I guess we'll catch it. Maybe eventually we'll run into a shiny one if we catch all the wild Pikachus ever. And I can make fun of it for being dumb. Give it to my rival, since he loves Pikachu so much. Like a weird. Catch combo 4. I'm really just killing time to find a Bulbasaur, because they're apparently here. Stupid Weedle. We haven't run away yet. Let's see what that's like. Yes, I want to give up on catching this monster. Okay. It doesn't seem to refresh the monsters around you. But it doesn't seem like there's any real penalty to running either. The question is, how far away does it take to despawn monsters as well? There's Pidgey. Kakuna. There's a Weedle. Okay, it doesn't look like you have to travel far for stuff to despawn. That's useful if you're hunting for something rare, I suppose. Because there are no longer any random fights. Caterpie sound effects. Actual Caterpie. Hey, Beedrill. These things have lots of experience. Well played, Beedrill. Well played. Ah. And that's why you give off the big experience, huh? It's weird, it doesn't seem to actively, like, track where you're shaking the Wii Remote in any particular direction, either. It just kind of feels random. Let's try again. Okay, that was not the direction I threw that in, but okay. Nor was that the direction I threw it in. That was bad timing. That wasn't it. That wasn't it. Okay, so motion tracking is still kind of balls. Oh, come on, Beedrill. We're gonna catch you. Get out of that one. This is karma for me saying catching that other Beedrill was too easy. Ah. Yep, so they can run away. That's good to know. Hey, there's another Pikachu. Let's see if we can continue the catching chain. Oh, that was mean. I'm guessing you heard all the bad things I said about your entire species, you stupid rat. Ah. Yeah, it seems to be throwing the ball at, like, random angles that aren't really correlating to where I'm actually throwing. That comes across as bad. It does not continue the chain. Interesting. And we are running out of Pokeballs, so we should probably go back to town, buy a crap ton more. See if we can run into that Bulbasaur. Although I'm not going to hang around here for much longer, I don't think. But it is probably just a matter of it being like a rare monster for the area. Alright, where's the Pokemon Mart? I will point out there were less fences here before, world. When you move things into 3D, you have to add a bunch of arbitrary boundaries because reasons. Is basically what this game is telling you. Sell me Pokeballs. I need a lot of them. Hey, Premier Balls. Those are cool. And if I recall, that's actually an update to how the system worked before, because originally you got a Premier Ball for every 10 Pokeballs you bought, but if you bought more than 10, like say you bought 20, you'd still only get 1 for 10. So you'd actually have to buy them in groups of 10 if you wanted to get all of them, which was weird. Alrighty. Let us keep moving. Preferably towards something rare. Because that would make me happy. But I'm not gonna lie, I'm not a big fan of the whole not actually battling anything. It seems... I don't know, it seems like it's kind of missing out on the entire point of the fact it's supposed to be an RPG, you know? Go away, Bellsprout, you're stupid. There's a Metapod. Oh, there's a Caterpie. I don't need you, go away. Where's the silly vegetable starter? It was only good against like the first 3 gyms and then nothing after that. Oh hey, it's a Weedle. Guess we're gonna try and catch it. Oh well. Run away! Unless there's something special you have to do to make like rare spawns show up, perhaps. I guess that would be possible. It's a little tiny Weedle. I also don't need the tiny Weedles, though. Because they are the tiniest of the Weedles. Okay, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna backtrack and do one more lap of this place. And if we don't find a Bulbasaur between now and then, we'll move on. Because I don't aspire to sit in Poison Bug Woods forever. I mean, maybe that's someone's idea of fun, but not mine. I don't really need you either, Metapod. It's kind of weird stuff just spawns on top of you sometimes, too. Like, it sort of makes it sort of like random battling, I guess, but it's just kind of awkward more than anything. Pidgey. Weedle. So, it feels like there's like this weird sort of stuttering. And that's not all that good either. I'm starting to suspect whatever it is that is dictating whether or not you're onto a Bulbasaur, we don't have it. Although that's entirely luck, probably. Yeah, there's like a weird sort of lagginess to it. It's weird. There's Pidgey. It seems like whenever something spawns in, the game takes a second for it to register. That spawned on top of me. Yes, I would like to give up on this monster that I have like 20 of at this point. Thank you for asking, game. That's very considerate of you. Kind of like that they do include like wild monster cries, though, as you wander around. So if you can't see what you're looking for, you can still kind of know it's there. That's kind of a cool feature, I guess. What the hell was that? Ah, Metapie. Metapie! For all your pie-eating needs. Alright, so nothing particularly interesting there. Okay. Unnecessary new stats probably brought to you by the iOS game. Hooray. Now, will this game do exactly what I think it's probably going to do? There's a game. Hey! Yeah, our rival's actually not a horrible human being. Okay, see ya. Well, it sounds like he really wants us to do this, and I don't want to, so let's leave. But they won't let you. Never How? What? This world has mastered teleportation technology. Even small children now have it. That's impressive. Okay, well, since you're a rock trainer, I'm going to use, you know, my fighting type monster attacks, because that's just sensible. Or fighting. Let's go with Kamina. I don't need that, though. Am I seriously not allowed to use anything that isn't a grass or water type? Really? This feels like a tacit admission of understanding that their starter monster is awful. I've got a Bellsprout, but I don't want to use it because I've not trained it and I don't like it. Hey, a Butterfree. Frey. Cool. Now, do I actually have to use monsters with a type matchup? Because I have a monster... Alright, I don't need to actually go to Pokemon Centers anymore. This is so weird. But, like, I've got monsters that have fighting attacks. Why do I need a water type or a grass type? It's dumb. There, I've got a Bellsprout. Are you happy now? Oh, I should still probably move Kamina to the front. I have a grass type, leave me alone. I don't think there are any water type monsters around here yet. So you're telling me that I need to pass some sort of exam before I can actually, you know, engage? That's weird to me. Goodbye, Bellsprout. I won't be using you. Don't look at my lack of grass type. Let's go. You dare to fight the mighty Kamina? That is foolish. It's also weird they don't count attacks, just monster types. And that they completely ignore fighting in general. That's also strange. Next. I like that they sort of maintained the whole, you can skip these other trainers if you want. Oh, hey, they actually borrowed that line from Original Monsters, where you're like 10,000 light years away from Brock. I don't know why, but that line always seemed weird to me, because it felt like they were using light years wrong, because it's a measurement of distance, not time. But the way they phrase it, and I think they even address it in the original, is like, wait, did I do that right? I'm not sure. Shut up. Alright, Kamina uses double kick. You lost to the mighty Kamina. As all should. Liam. Are you going to provide a challenge, or am I going to have to use Pidgey strats on you? Because I will. That's some kind of stance. You think your rock types can defeat the mighty Kamina? You have another thing coming, buddy. I don't need a grass or water type to beat you. I mean, hell, last time I beat you with a fire type. That's how sad you are. And that was in a game prior to knowing, like, Iron Tail and stuff. That was me with, like, just Scratch. Down you go. Next. Your Yonix. Alright, let's swap to Rach. Go get him, Ray. I gotta admit, this game has a nice sense of scale. Like, Onix looks freaking huge. Probably where you're gonna start using that stupid move, Bide. That is like the least useful move ever in Pokemon history. And that's including stuff like Splash. Bide's good for me, though. It means I get like 2 turns of just being able to attack you without real difficulty. Really, all you're using is Rock Throw, huh, buddy? Okay. Well, you're done. Your giant scary rock snake was nothing against my little poison bunny thingy. Yes, you did. Hooray, we punched a gym leader in the face and stole a badge. Headbutt. Okay, that seems to me like a tacit admission. They understand that Bide was like the stupidest attack ever. And now we can use it as many times as you like. Well, if I recall, Headbutt was actually one of the better normal attacks, too. That might be good to teach some stuff. Hey, it's Faffymon Sr. No thanks. So, Faffymon Sr. is still not a complete asshole. It seems he actually took his beating to heart. Still kind of an asshole, but at least an asshole that's not horrible. Shouts to Faffymon Sr. Okay, I wonder if I can get that Aerodactyl fossil from here. 50 Poké-Dollar thingies, no thanks. All I want is the Amber so I can make myself an Aerodactyl later, and probably never use it. But I need Cut, because we're making this very true to original Pokemon in some regards, and not remotely in others. Okay. Oh, we got some Great Balls. That's not bad. I kind of wonder. I now have to see this. Because if I recall, in Gen 1 Monsters, you could find like a secret message from your rival to you. I want to see if they kept that in. I genuinely want to see that. But we have to get past Mount Moon first to get there. So, I guess we'll see if we get there. It's gonna be like a 3-hour what the hell is. But you know, so far, it's different. It's not bad or anything, but it doesn't feel quite like Pokemon should, I think. Fight me. No, I believe you looked at me, but I'm willing to throw down if you want. Lady. Janice. Janice. Alright, let's double kick this guy. It feels like it's being very true to the original in a lot of ways, which comes across as weird given how wildly different it's also trying to be. I'm not sure it's necessarily a good thing that it's trying to mimic the original as closely as it is. But that said, it doesn't feel like it's a bad game at all, just different. I'm mean. And I got some Pokeballs. to reward my meanness. Hey, more Pokeballs. Coach trainers. Okay, so these are like optional mini boss battles. Okay. That's kind of cool, actually. That's something new, and I appreciate something like that. It seems like you'd need like these optional, like, difficult battles just by virtue of the fact there's so many. You have a Bulbasaur, you asshole. I spent like 10 minutes looking for one and couldn't find one. I don't even like it, it's just a vegetable. You and your leech seed. Okay, so... Wow, you healed a lot from that. Okay. Let's try Quick Attack. See if that does any better than... Oh yeah, that's a way better attack. I do appreciate the animations from his side, though. Like, I feel like our side could use a lot more animation. It might just be by virtue of the fact that, they only want to animate one side or something, but... Or that we just have attacks that have really lame animations compared to them, but... I don't know. Bulbasaur's actual animations look really good. But for a mini-boss, you're not doing your job very well. That said, you did just take out my starter. Run away! Alright, we will throw out Squall. Let's see how Squall does. I'll use Gust because stab. And down it goes. Stupid vegetable. Horn attack, yes please. Goodbye, focus energy. Ooh, bite, that's a good move. It makes people flinch. Goodbye, tail whip. Kareem. I Kareemed him. I gotta revive. I could use that. I won't, but I could. Do you have any other tips? Nope. Okay. Let's go heal up Eevee. I mean, this game isn't too bad. It's weird this is kind of like... I don't want to say it's the first Pokemon RPG on console because it's not accurate by a stretch of the imagination. I mean, there were like the Pokemon Coliseum games and those N64 ones, technically, if you want to count them as RPGs, although I don't really. But this one feels like it's probably the closest to an actual fully fledged Pokemon game, because those Pokemon Coliseum games, they were very scripted. There weren't really any random fights or anything. This feels a lot closer to like the original proper Pokemon formula, despite how different it really is. No, your shorts are dumb looking and they look like the dirt behind you, so they're hard to see. Mr. Cool Shorts. I'm more interested in your cool Weedle shirt. Alright, let's quick attack this guy. I do appreciate how quick my monsters are learning, like, fighting moves, given the propensity of running into rock types so early on. Yeah, I kicked your ass, kid. Sorry. Are you going to talk about your shorts too? Because I could point out that they, like the rest of your outfit, match the grass beneath you and make it hard to see. Seriously, you people look like you're camouflaged into the background. I have one of those. Mine's better, though. Quick attack. Now I'm about to get poisoned because, yep, that's how things go for me. Fortunately, I should be able to take you out before any other problems are incurred. Like that. Yes, you are done like dinner. Hey, some great balls. To accompany the gift from Faffymon Sr. Whoops. I want to go into bag. Medicine pockets. Antidote. Use on Coco. Rattatas. Rattatas are dumb. Well, if we could run into a Jigglypuff, that would at least make this area kind of worthwhile for exploring. Jigglypuff. Jigglypuff. Yes, I did push you. What are you going to do about it, girl? Robine. I have one of those too. If this were like Generation 3 and onwards, this picnicker would be hanging out with the camper and they would be double teaming you. Using a Nidoran male and female. Which were the first monsters to ever have genders because, you know, before that there weren't any. And they would continue to not be until next generation. You got defeated, Robine. And you should feel bad about it. Hey, Ekans! Rock and roll. Gotta admit, I like the animations on these guys. The wild monsters have lots of nice animation on them. There we go. Spearow? No, I want a Jigglypuff. It's like the only place you can run into them if this is like Gen 1, which most of the stuff seems to be trying to be. Again, your shorts are not that standoutish because they blend into the dirt you're standing in front of, you dumb kid. Okay, Rattata. And down you go. I don't even need to swap monsters just because everyone gets a little bit of experience. Really streamlines the whole experience, I suppose, but whether that's a good thing or not, I'm not sure. Bug catcher man? Let's fight. Greg. Like that's a name for a bug catcher. Alright, Greg. Try to get quick attack did. And down you go. Next. You silly Greg. I'm aware. I think it's very useful not having to swap only in Pokemon centers. That's a neat feature. Hey, another revive. Cool. More Spearows. Come on, have a Jigglypuff. Oh, what do you find, Kamina? No, stop doing that. Okay, so I lost out on some items, I guess, because monsters like to teleport. A Nab berry. Which is a misspelled banana spelled backwards. Hey, there's an item here I missed. A lure for fishing, possibly. There do not appear to be Jigglypuffs around at this time. Disappointed, but not surprised. Jiggle Jim truly was 1 in a million. Yes. More experience for me! Oberon. That's an ostentatious name, to say the least. There's a fairy king using a cat. Something about that doesn't seem quite right. Fortunately... Well, that hurt. But you know what I can do? Double kick. And take you out in about 2 turns. I've never understood Payday. Like, if you're getting hit by it, does it take away from your money? Or do you just get more money afterwards either way? Hey, Metapod leveled. So did Kakuna. Yeah, no. Let's go, Metapod! We got a Flutterbee. Hooray! Don't really need Butterfree, but okay. Hey, Payday. What say you, lady? You can ride on monsters, that's cool. An escape rope. Alrighty. I wonder, do they have the same asshole who tries to sell you a freaking Magikarp here? They really do! What the hell? We'll take a Magikarp. You, you paid an outrageous 500 and bought a Magikarp. See, even they acknowledge that Magikarp is such bullshit. Oh, that actually makes me smile. I can appreciate that they're at least willing to acknowledge some of the stupid shit they do. Hey, you can connect to Pokemon Go. That does nothing for me because I can't play it, but, you know, good to know. Move Pokemon. Whoops. Add to party. Right, I gotta name you. Let's do that. Change name. We shall name you. Dopefish 2. If I got one more space, I would have gotten 2.0, but, you know. And I don't have to completely faff about trying to level the thing, because it'll just automatically level itself. That's actually kind of awesome. To Mount Moon. Hey, there's a Meow sleeping up there. That's kind of cool. Hey, it's these rocket assholes again. That was probably their Meowth, I'm guessing. That's actually kind of cool that they acknowledged that little bit. I kind of wish there was more just sort of like monsters like in the background existing in the world. I think that's kind of fascinating to see. Geodude. Get your Pokeball through the moving ring and get a bonus for technique. Oh, come on. There we go. Alright, we got ourselves a Geodude. And since we already have ourselves a Beedrill, I see no reason why to actually keep the Kakuna in our inventory, so we'll swap it for that. Just so we can level it up a little, I think. Open up Pokemon box. Where is this? Okay. We want to move you. Oops. Let's try this. Add to party. There we go. And no more bullshit random battles in here, because this freaking dungeon took forever the first time. I think the first time I went through here it was like 2.5 hours for that video. That was terrible. Let's try and catch a stupid Zabbit. I believe that is a Zabbit caught. Yes, it is. Awesome. Take that, you silly Zabbit. Alright, the Mighty Kamina leveled up. That's more of this nonsense. Okay, bug guy, let's go. What you got, bug guy? You have a Paris? Are you actually here to catch something, or are you just wasting space? You're wasting space with a Butterfree. Let's go, Coco. And we will quick attack. It does feel like there's less of a need to diversify your team as much, just by virtue of the fact you can just over-level your entire team at once. Comes across as a little bit of a weird balance quirk, I suppose. Sand attack. What else do we have for moves? Growl. Yeah, let's get rid of Growl. Sand attack's actually useful. Not wildly useful, but it can be useful. Squall leveled. Ray leveled. Dopefish 2 leveled. Rock Guy leveled. And we defeated Kent. They actually remixed this song to not sound terrible. I hated this song originally. But this version of it actually doesn't sound terrible. I don't need you anymore. What do you got, girl? Evelyn. A Bellsprout. Well, I will just quick attack you and be done with it. There have been a lot of really cool new attacks over the years. Like, Growth is a fun little grass attack. I don't think that was Gen 1. I think that was Gen 2 onwards. But there's a lot of really neat water-type moves like that were added in Gen 4, I want to say. It made me really want to actually like try to use a water type at some point. But, you know, it just never happened because why would I use a water type when I've got fire types? Fire types are awesome. Nice hair. Let's go down here. Zabbits. I don't need a Zabbit, though. I need a thing that's not a Zabbit. It's kind of interesting to see what these little areas look like now because, you know, back on... Hey, a Paris. These guys are rare. Back on the Game Boy, it was a little harder to tell what some of this stuff was actually supposed to look like. Okay, motion controls. Stop existing, please. Well, we got a Paris. That's pretty good. Mighty Candy. And that means there should be at least one more monster in here we need to catch before we get all of them, which would be, of course, Clefairy. That's a Clefable. Well, I gotta catch that, obviously. I noticed Team Rocket's grunts no longer carry whips. That's probably for the best. Yeah, you did. You blew it, Mr. Grunt Man. I very much want you. Okay, let's start by giving you this. Whoops. Let's try that again. That was not the way I threw that. Yes! That was exciting. I do like that you can run into stuff that you didn't see in Gen 1. That actually makes going through all these areas genuinely fascinating. And seeing what's changed and what's new and what you can find. It's fun. I'm enjoying that. Goodbye, Tackle. Hello, something with Stab. That said, I would still like to get a Clefairy at this point. Alright, we got ourselves a Clefable. That's awesome. Didn't think I'd run into that, but, you know, that's exciting. Rare candy. Still gotta find a Clefairy around here, though. That said, I hardly think we're gonna run into everything. Like I said, I spent like 10 minutes looking for a Bulbasaur and couldn't find one. But if we could find a Clefairy, that'd be kind of cool. Alright. What's down here? Ah, yes, this thing. I remember where stuff is. It's not like I did a Let's Play of this very game half a year ago. Except I did. Alright, Super Nerd Yovan. With your Grimmer. Whoa, Grimer actually looks kind of cool in this game. Credit where credit's due. That Grimer is freaking huge. I do like the passive leveling system. It saves time, and there does seem like there's quite a lot of quality of life fixes. Oh, poisoned. That's a thing I didn't want to deal with. Okay, well, I guess we're gonna go back to the freaking Pokemon Center. Oh, dear lord, it's just like last time I tried to take Mount Moon, and it took 2 bloody hours. Ha, take that. Your grammar was smelly anyway. No, your Pokemon won't do. They're dumb, and you should keep crying, dude. Okay, let's go fix the health and poison issue and move on. Still, it's genuinely surprising to see like just a Clefable walking around, considering, you know, back then the only way you'd see a Clefable is if you used a Moonstone. I'm definitely curious to see all the other changes and different monsters that are just kicking around now. Like that said, mechanically this game isn't that interesting, and I think the motion controls are absolute balls, but I'm having fun with it, for sure. Alright, Mount Moon. Let's try this again, preferably with less dying and poisoning. Not to tell you how to do your job or anything, you smelly mountain, but preferably with less poisoning. Robbie. Was manky. Okay, this is less than ideal. So, what we're gonna do is, despite never really needing to, we're gonna swap to Squall. Because type advantage. Run away! And Gust. And Gust. Alrighty. Hey, and the Mighty Kamina levels once again. Yeah, you did. And you should feel bad about it, Robbie. Okay, we went down here. Hey, an item. An ether. Another item. Freaking items galore. I wonder how repels work in this game. It probably just prevents spawning. Paris, but I already caught you. Yeah, more experience. Let's go. Oh, almost got it. Throw! That's another monster to our roster. Getting some nice levels over here, for sure. I already know what a Paris looks like. I have one. Fight me. Is it way bigger than you thought? Or is it just as big as you thought? Or perhaps even smaller, Miriam? Oh, sure. Show off with your Clefairy. It's not like I'm trying to catch one. Well, you know what I have? Double kick. Not very effective. You're a normal type. Well, this is one of those dumb things where it's using, like, new stats, so it's like a fairy type, and fairy's good against everything or something dumb, isn't it? Okay, fine. I'll use stab with quick attack. And down you go, Clefairy. You did lose. Cry about it. Oh, hey, it's this guy. Hey, this guy. It's hard not to follow you. It's a fairly linear path. There are two offshoots of directions you can go. Well, that doesn't actually represent anything, but it's a nice little piece of background. A nougat. Ah, lots of things I don't want. Run away. It does seem like the game wants to always have like one monster on screen at all times, which doesn't necessarily seem like it's necessary. Josh. With your Sandshrew. I like Sandshrew, it's a cool design. Looks like bricks. Maybe like sandstone or something. Needs quick attack. Why does Sandshrew know poison sting? And why am I poisoned again? Ah, damn it. I don't suppose any of my berries cure poison, huh? And my cat wants out, so let's let him out. Alrighty. Hooray, levels! It is uncool. Also, how does Sandshrew know poison sting? It has no barbs on its body. I should have healed my poison. That's a cool pose. Or about as cool as someone like that could have a pose, anyway. His hat looks like it has eyeballs on it. Like it's some kind of weird monster possessing him or something. Eyeball hat. The nice thing is poison doesn't seem to actually affect you out of combat anymore, which is a weird choice. Still, I mean, it means there's a lot less having to walk back to a center just to heal yourself. That's kind of a nice change, actually. Nope, we're good. We have double kick, that's about all we need. And thus we double kicked our way to victory. Over the rock types that would normally smudge a normal type. Don't know what that pause was for. But okay. Take that, Hiker Macross or whatever. Robotech was way better. Alright, do we have berries that heal? Medicine, I guess? Awakening, Ether, Potion. We can use Potion, that would be okay, I guess, but... Power up TM case. I guess berries just sort of fall into... Berry that calms. Slightly easier to catch. Huh. Interesting. Okay, well, for the sake of it, we will use a potion. Alright. Item. A pearl. This item was not located here in the original game because they did not exist. You just gonna give me them, or are you gonna, like, mark up the prices ridiculously? You fool, you should have caught him while you had a chance. Truly a foolish move. You could have had a Meowth. Not that I really aspire to own a Meowth. Got another revive. Wow, this game is giving out revives like candy. Not that I'm complaining. I'm not running into a situation where I need revives, but still. Okay, Mr. Rocket. Although you no longer have a whip, so I'm not sure I really believe you're evil anymore. You're just a guy who wears a costume. Hey, Drowsy. Guess we'll use normal attacks. Seems like our best course of action. That poison's gonna be a problem. I do appreciate TMs seem to be multi-use now, though. That's nice. Because, you know, only being able to teach one monster Bide was just such an unfortunate blow. Okay, let's just be honest. Toxic's the one move you wanted to teach every monster because Toxic is awesome. Too bad you had to get through like 80% of the game to get it, but still. You understand that's part of the background. You can't interact with it, buddy. Okay, see ya. Ah, Paris. Boop. And that is a caught Paris. Number 3, I believe. Not that I needed another one. Although Coco and Geodude leveled, which is kind of nice. Yes, let's tuck him away in our bag. Forever. Never to be seen again. A giant black hole that is my Pokemon bag. Whoa. Oh, that was unfair. Stupid Zabbit. Why would you make these things hard to catch? They're dumb, and no one wants them, and they're stupid. And they're dumb. And yet, they're actually kind of hard to hit. Well, we caught ourselves a Zabbit. Hooray! Whoa, nice try, Mr. Zabbit. Item. Yet another revive, wow. I do not remember them being given out so freely in the original. Or anything prior to this, really. There's a ridiculous number of revives being given out here. Okay, Mr. Rocket Man lady. With a Zabbit. I may be poisoned, but I can still kick your ass. Because I have quick attack. Down you go. Well, that's done. Hey, it's this guy. You can only pick one fossil. This guy's really greedy. He won't share. Even though I saved him from all the rocket guys. Miguel. With his Voltrib. Now, your monster should be a steel type. Which means double kick should work wonders on you. For some reason we paused for no real adequately explained reason. Wow, that did not do as much as I thought it would do. Double kick again! Kick him in his stupid face. What's next? Well, if we're good, we should be able to take Magnemite out about as quickly. Let's go. Double kick! Is Voltorb not a steel type? I thought it was like Magnemite was a steel type. Oh well. That worked exceptionally well. You better share. In fact, you know what? I'm taking both. You're not responsible enough to have a pet fossil. It's no good for you being greedy. I will be greedy. I will take the dome fossil because the dome fossil is the cooler one of the two. Trade you. And by trade you, I mean I'll beat you up and take the other one. Fine. Oh, it's hit these assholes yet again. Because anime tie-ins with Pokemon Yellow that ended up getting pushed to this game for reasons I don't know. But okay. Got Mr. Dapper Rose and what's her name with her hair. Oh, double fight. That's kind of nice, actually. But you know what I can do that you can't? Strategically plan to hit two enemies with one attack. And hopefully that'll mean that you guys get taken out before Coco gets taken out. Because I would like her to not die in this fight. That would be nice, but that poison's doing a lot of damage. Alright, well, your coughing is down. Your weird floating tumor monster. Replace helping hand? What? Assist an ally by boosting the power. No thanks. That move is only good for double battles, and there's never enough double battles to ever make that a worthwhile investment. Oh no. Get out of there. Alright, we will throw the mighty Kamina out there. He will run cleanup. I think we will use... Actually, you know what? We're going to use Horn Attack. And we'll just aim at the wrong place because that just defaults to where you should hit if this game is remotely sensibly designed, which it is. It's kind of weird when you play a game where you can target an enemy that is dead and then it just says, well, you missed because the enemy is no longer there. It's like, yeah, because I don't want you to actually attack the remaining enemy or anything. I've played so many games that do that, and it's such a weird choice to make that happen. Take that, Ikanas. Hey, dope fish leveled. Yeah, you guys lost. How embarrassing for you. Well, we didn't find a Clefairy, but we did get a Clefable. That's kind of awesome. Looks like they designed this route to be one way, just as it always was. It's kind of weird that they didn't decide to fix that. I've always thought it was weird that this route was designed to be one way. More Pokeballs, please. There should be a sign around here, I think. Is it this one? And then if you read it from behind... Fine, we'll give Communist some attention. That's the thing, in the original Pokemon, there was a sign that would be like right here. And I think it was that sign. And if you looked at it from the front, it would say, you know, the route information. But if you looked at it from behind, it was like a message from your rival saying how badly you sucked or something like that. It was just like a weird random bit, but it was kind of neat that it was there. And I don't know too many people who actually knew about that little hidden weird message. What's down here? Oh, there's the big thing of grass we can run into. Did they actually put a ramp here, or is it still one way? It is still one way. I find that kind of baffling. That you would just design a route to be one way like that. I already have an Ekans. Give me something interesting. Rattata. Oh, we need an Oddish. Or equivalent. Stupid Rattatas. I wonder if they're still charging an arm and a leg for a bike. Probably are. Sure, I will throw money in the fountain. Okay, so that happened, I guess. Okay. Kind of like the sign on there with Doduos. That's kind of stylish. Give me a bike. Give me a bike. The bike maniac. It's a shiny bike. Yes. You wouldn't even let me scroll through that dialogue box. Actually, that's a reference to the original, where the dialogue box actually had to incorporate extra characters to fit the fact that they wanted to display like an absurd amount of money you couldn't ever possibly have. Like, it was literally more money than you could ever potentially carry. And because they had to display extra characters, they had to automatically speed up the dialogue box. So that's actually a reference to that, which is kind of neat. Okay, I'll look at these bikes then. I want the fast one. I'm guessing this is one of the jumpy bikes that are stupid. Yes. I'm guessing the fact that the super fast bikes and the jumpy bikes... No, give me one of your bikes. That's how we can be friends. No, I want one of your bikes. You non-bike giving jerk. Can I steal one of these bikes? No, I can't. Well, let's go heal up our Eevee. Go team! This guy's a whip? What the hell? Yes. Bouncy Buzzle. Bouncy Bubble. Buzzy Buzz. Sizzly Slide. What is this Sizzly Slide? It's a fire attack. Yes. That's pretty cool. Goodbye, quick attack, hello, fire move. Can I learn the other two as well? Yes. I want to learn all of them. I'm diversifying this portfolio quite a fair bit. Goodbye, sand attack. Next, yes. It learns an electric attack? Okay. Sure. I should have kept quick attack. Damn it. Oh well. We learn from our mistakes. I have a solution, actually. We lost a quick attack, but we can learn headbutt. I think. Yes, we can. Because honestly, double kick's not that useful. So we now have an incredibly diversified Eevee that should not possibly ever exist. And I kind of love that. I would still prefer it be a Jolteon or an Umbreon, but still, that's pretty cool. My team is healed, right? I did that. Yes, I did. I forget to do things a lot. It's kind of weird they make you go through these challenges just to challenge, like, the gyms. That's strange to me. Oh yes, please fight me with your water types. My now electrified Eevee would love this. The incredibly humble beauty named Lily challenged me to a fight. Awesome. Zappy zappy. Well, that was cathartic. That was kind of awesome. Squall learns wing attack, yes. Goodbye, Gust. Next. Shelter. You and your silly bivalve. I fear not your shelter. Zap. Alright, Geodude leveled. Stealth Rock. That's the, lay a trap. Oh, and we can get rid of Bide. That's solving 2 problems with 1 stone. Even though I have no intention of ever really using a Geodude. Next. Good form. Yeah, you got good form, I'll give you credit. But I gotta take away points because you're probably also called a beauty, and you need to learn some humility, lady. Don't worry. I think I can solve this problem with one nice little move. I like the stained glass, Krabby, Starmie, and Squirtle in the background, along with the Staryus on the walls. That's kind of cool, actually. I do like these redesigns. Oh, there's a Dugong. That looks nice, actually. That's a cool little environmental thing. Hooray! Nope. No need to learn a gimmick move. Hold on. Huh. They're little, Cubones. I was gonna say I thought they looked like Mew for a sec, but they're not. My battle policy is to punch girls in the face and steal gym badges. I'm quite good at it. In fact, you might remember me from one such incident. Oh, wait, no. That was alternate dimension version of myself. That might have been my father. I'm not sure. Pokemon timelines are weird. But either way, I'm not terribly scared of your team. Also, Psyduck. That's new. And you have levels. That's appreciated. But I have electric attacks. Well, there you go. You got anything else? Bite. I think I gotta keep old moves. You and your Starmie. That's a move I can't really do much to defend against. But you know, we have electric attacks. So I think we can stymie your Starmie. And down you go. So you got all of, like, what, 1 attack on my Eevee? That's depressing. Well, to be fair, this game is basically what I wanted Pokemon Yellow to be. I wanted to have an Eevee from the start, and now I've got one. And it's a lot of fun to just tear shit up with my incredibly diversified Eevee. Hooray, we punched a girl in the face and stole a gym badge. Scald, not Bubble Beam. I don't have any of those. See ya. I gotta say, this game definitely makes it go by faster. Because, I mean, we are 2.5... Wow, we are 2.5 hours in, but, you know, the first time I played Pokemon Red for this sort of thing, you know, 2.5 hours in, I was probably either just starting or like halfway through Mount Moon. That's because Mount Moon took like 2 hours alone. But we're already basically ready to meet Bill. I think at that point we'll probably just call it, but you know, I'm having some fun with this. I think this is the house where you trade for a Jinx. How about me? I caught a lot of monsters. Yes. Hooray! I got a Bulbasaur. I'll add him to my team. Forget it. I don't need, Geodude, really. Goodbye, Geodude. Hello, Bulbasaur. I don't have a cool name for you. I'll think of one later. I'll probably just end up calling you Veggie or something. Yeah, I think that was the house you got a Jinx from. It was either a Jinx or a Mr. Mime. I can't remember. One of the two. And then one of these places gave you the item finder. Tell me all of them. I know the original badges gave stat boosts to monsters that you had. I also remember there being a hidden item behind here to use the item finder for. Got a rare candy. I don't think I actually need it, but I got one. That's a biggin. Jam Jam. Jam is good on toast. I'm hungry now. And this was the house that was ransacked. It's also where you get Dig. It's the Nougat Bridge. It's Favimon Jr. Wow! He's not a complete asshole like his father, I think, or whatever. Oh, I've got an electric move now. I thought I should show you. Zap. Oh, an Oddish, that's pretty special. Oh, right. I thought I should also warn you, I've got a fire attack now too, buddy. Flum. Next. You and your Pikachu. I'll just mash my face into you. And down you go. I think they kind of expected you to fight this guy, then go to the gym, but the original was kind of the other way around. I completely destroyed you with one monster, by the way. Hey, Kamina's evolving. Way to go, mighty Kamina. Kicked your ass. Yeah, in the original Pokemon, The guy just sort of left Bill because he knew he was in trouble and just decided to leave him anyway. Way to go, Kamina. Alright, on to the Nougat Bridge. Win a fabulous prize, possibly containing nougat. Kale? You misspelled your name there, buddy. Whoom. Gotta admit, being able to diversify your Eevee's attack kind of makes evolving it kind of irrelevant. Still wish I could, but that's pretty awesome all the same. Oh, now you're serious because you're second? Does that make the third guy less or more serious? Or possibly the most serious of all? Last time a Psyduck went up against my Eevee, it did not go well for them. But you're welcome to try. Zap. Take that, Ollie. Next. You won't be easy, but you probably will be easy. Let's just be honest. What do you got, Timmy? Sandshrew. Interesting. But, you know, I've got a water attack. I gotta say, that guy giving us, like, all three elements at once, that seemed a bit weird. In terms of balance. I mean, I'm not complaining, but it came across as a little strange. Take that, Timmy. And your outfit's very blah. I've seen so many other kids wear it already. Not really. That said, I've been playing this game all night, so, you know, I should be feeling tired. Even your meows. I guess I'll throw out some water attacks. Flinched. Fine, I'll just headbutt you. Fake that out. You'll stomp me? I think not, friendo. Kevin. Because in case you weren't watching, water attack. Down you go. You got nothing. That's actually pretty useful. It drains your opponent's health. Taken out in one move, that's pretty embarrassing. I'm streaming the Switch on the Elgato HD60. From Mysterious Trainer, you got a nougat! No, I really wouldn't. I mean, you guys are all just a bunch of cosplayers now. You got rid of your whips. You stopped being entirely overtly evil and just became really bad outfit wearing people. Alright, Mr. Whipless, let's go with your Zabbit. Alrighty, so you're a flying type. I'm gonna hit you with an electric attack because I can do that now for reasons. Because balance. Alright, Ray leveled up. Nope. I have no need to ever swap my monsters because we all get equal experience. I'll hit you with fire. I think fire would be good. Oh, and you're burned. What you got, coughing? You got nothing. And you know it. I'm not good so much as this game just allowed me to cheat. I mean, seriously, I have yet to really find a real adequate reason to actually ever swap my monsters. Alright. Need arena leveled. Hey, Charmander. Yes. Oh. Damn it, but it's the best starter. I need to get like 17 more monsters. I wonder if they're supposed to be different or just catch random stuff, because we could just sit here and try and catch like 17 monsters, I guess. Oh, your cute little bird. It's about to get fried. Don't you feel silly now. It's not like I'm using a monster with an attack it should not ever have. Lots of Pokeballs. I genuinely want to see if we can just catch a bunch of monsters and have that count. Hey, Meowth. You'll do nicely for a test subject. Boop. Alright, that's another one to the Pokedex. Is there a... Ooh, Venonat. Yes, please. Is there a way to say how many I've caught in total? 21, but it does seem like it's counting all the different variations of the same monster. So we could just sit here, camp the spot until we get 50. Probably wouldn't be all that long. That was a bad throw. Oh no! Better? Alright. I should save. I haven't actually done that since I started. Just in case. Let's see. there a... I don't think there is an actual setting to figure out how many you have. Sort of going to the Pokemon box. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times 6. That's 36, 37. He wants to catch 50, so okay. Gotta find 13 more monsters. It's tiny. Okay, come on, motion controls. Do your garbagey thing. Right, because that's what I wanted you to do. Nope. You know, if you could get rid of these motion controls, this wouldn't actually be a half bad game. Alright, 12 more. Hey, there's this guy. $11 more. Oh, here's another one. Oh, that was just bad timing. Oop. Let's try this again. Not like that, motion controls. There we go. Alright, that should be 9. I mean, we're getting experience, so there's that, I guess. Psyduck! That's a new one. Alright, that should be 8 more. Squall wants to learn Roost. Hell yeah, we're gonna learn Roost. Goodbye Mirror Move. Because learning how to heal is a useful technique. Poison Powder? I think we can learn Poison Powder. What do you got, Bulb? Goodbye, Growl. Sleep Powder, that's also very useful. Goodbye, Tackle. Alright, so we should need 8 more, I think. Here's another one. This guy'll be 7. Another Venonat. Oh, well played, Venonat. That was the complete opposite of where I threw that. Motion controls. Nope. It seems like when it throws at an angle, it's just random. Because I'm like just twisting this thing, seeing where it's going, and it's not even really going where I'm throwing it. It's just inconsistent. Oh. Let's try that again. Kind of surprised we haven't run into any Abras around here. I'm guessing they must have moved them somewhere else. Thanks, there, game. I'm aware it ran away. Come on, more monsters. Pidgey. That should be 7. Let's try that again. Well played. That should be 7. Yep, just keep putting those Pidgeys away. There's another one. Is that gonna be 6? Oh. Well played. You silly hopping pigeon. Wow, you really do not want to be caught. Try that again. Oh, come on. I have a bunch of Great Balls I can start using if you really want to be that way, Pidgey. Alright, there we go. That should be 6 more. Oh, Venonat. Oh, come on. You know that the motion controls aren't going to let me throw to the sides all that well. There we go. Stupid motion controls. This is almost as bad as trying to fight a legendary in Gen 1. It's like, oh, you missed. You're such a spaz with a Pokeball, you clocked yourself on the head with it instead of even throwing it in the general direction of your opponent. Except this time there's actual functional reason for you missing. It's because the system doesn't work. There we go. Come on. And it seems to take a few seconds to even register that you're doing something. Like, you know, take out these motion controls and you might actually have a really, really good game. For what it is, anyway. I still say taking out the combat's a little weird, but... that should be 5 more. Pidgey! Huh, you thought you could jump that? You can't jump nothing. But you can't escape, apparently. Four more. And we should be able to get that Charmander. I mean, on the bright side, the fact that they always seem to want to have at least 2 monsters on screen means if you're grinding like this, at the very least you're going to run into something for sure. So I guess there is value to it, although it does kind of clutter this system a little. Alright, we got another Bellsprout. Should be 3 more monsters. And then we should be able to get ourselves that Charmander. The best starter of all. Come on. Hey, Meowth. Oh, you silly cat. There we go. All right. So what, 2 more, I think? We should have had 50. And then we can get that Charmander. And here's one that should be huge because it's got that glowy red thing. Which I guess means it's stronger than the rest. Alright, 1 more. Go team. Hey, we got some evolution going on. Take that, creationism. Not in my monster catching games, thank you. Okay, still gotta catch 1 more thing though. Pidgey! Get back here. I need you to help me get a Charmander. Clocked you in midair. It's nice they at least let you catch things while it's flying like that. Nice little touch. There's lots of nice little touches in this game. It's really fun to see what they've changed and what they've moved around and where you can find new monsters hiding around. That should be 50. Let's take a look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so 7 times that, that's 35. Oh, that's 5 plus 7, that's 42. Did I count that wrong? 1, 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36, 42. 42, that's... Nope, that's 50. It's too early for me to be doing math. I've been up all night doing this. Still, that should be 50, which should be enough, unless they want more than 50. I have 50 monsters. Fine, I'll catch one more. It's gonna be the thing where they make you, like, have 50 individual monsters registered in your Pokedex or something dumb. But then again, the lady who gave me Bulbasaur recognized that I had 33 monsters, even though I only have, like, 25 different types. So I don't know. Okay, that's 51. Catch another one for safety, I guess. But yeah, there's a lot of nice little things about this. Like, you can rename any monster you have at any time, even if you've already named it. You have access to your entire Pokemon roster. Poison doesn't affect you outside of dungeons or outside of combat anymore. That's kind of nice. There's a lot of stuff that just makes this game ridiculously easy too, but I have 52. Give me more monster. Yes. There we go. We now have the best starter. And, I think it's safe to say we're going to add him to the team. Although he's going to be low leveled. You can replace the Dope Fish too. And I want to change your name. In honor of the first one, you shall be Flammy. Junior. Hooray! It's kind of interesting to see how this stuff gets represented in 3 dimensions as well. I don't need to fight you, Mr. Psyduck. I already have like 6 of you. Expedif. There's X accuracy, and we had like some instant kill moves, so that might actually be useful. But it's not, and we don't. Oh, what's this? You have some rock guys? Well, that could be scary for my tiny little normal type. I might be scared if I didn't say have a water attack. Oh, wait. Eevee's just ridiculously broken in this game. Well, that was easy. Yeah, I never really thought of this place as like a hedge maze, playing this on Pokemon Red. Just seemed like a place with a lot of arbitrary like boulders and walls and stuff. Okay, did you not see me use a water attack a second ago? Well, if you missed it, you get to experience it yourself, Mr. Youngster. Down you go. Huh. Good work, Bulby. You silly vegetable. I mean, you're nothing on a Charmander, but, you know, you leveled up, and you're evolving. Nice. Cool. You fight me too. I wonder if we'll run into one of those like mini boss trainers again. Cause like we threw two of them pretty much next to each other, but we haven't seen one since Mount Moon. And the fact that this is taking closer to Gen 1 monsters means that a lot of Pokemon trainers are going to be really predictable with what they're going to use. And probably very limited to what they can use based on their archetype. Which is of course something I complained about to no end with Pokemon Red. No, I'm just a guy who can take you out in one shot. Nothing decent about that. Alright, kid. Dan. What do you got? Ekans. Not bad, not bad. Then you've got two monsters. Well, that's a leg up on most of the people here. We'll use fire. You're Rattata. I fear no Rattata. I will electrify one though. Alright. Oh, are you going to be another hiker who's going to end up learning the hard way I have a water attack? I think you are. Mr. Knob. Yeah, it looks like a monster some guy named Knob would use. Well, prepare to get flooded. Next. Ah, the mighty Kamina leveled yet again. Machop could be interesting to try and fight. Nothing elementally strong against that I have. Still. The odds of actually doing like a status effect with these seems actually really high. I don't think I've ever actually ran into a use of these attacks that didn't end with a status effect. So this could be yet another like way to make Pokemon a lot easier, as I've noticed the series has been doing over the past, well, pretty much since it started, really. That and getting rid of existing features. They like doing that too for some bizarre reason. Kelsey. Nice hair. I want some fried fish. Nice works, Coco. Swift, huh? Let's see, right. Swift is 60 power. Headbutt, I think, is 70. I think the fact that it makes it flinch means Headbutt would be more effective. But, as I've shown time and time again, don't count out the power of Swift. It's a good move. Oh, you can't drag this guy out to over here and... Oh, maybe you can. For some reason, he just didn't trigger. I guess that's the problem with working a game in 3D, but it still kind of works in a grid-based system. Things just don't quite gel properly. You did not notice that I just fried a fish, did you? Huh, Mr. Camper? Well, don't worry, I'll give you a quick tutorial. You just electrocute the shit out of it. And that seems to work pretty effectively. Now, if this is like Gen 1, we will be able to find a TM of Seismic Toss behind this guy. Thunder Wave. That is an actual useful TM, but it's not a Seismic Toss. So once again, they are changing stuff ever so slightly. And my dog is now up barking. Terrific. Hallie. I like Oddish. Burn. Because roasted vegetables. Yeah, we can roast a bird too. You know, whatever. You're neglecting to recognize how awesome my Eevee is, game, and you really shouldn't do that because you made it overpowered. And because everything shares the exact same amount of experience and stuff, stuff's actually leveling a lot faster than it did in the original generation as well. In addition to it just being a faster game because there's like no actual combat outside of trainer stuff. It's kind of weird. Not bad, mind you, but definitely different. Oh, it's a guy with a fishing rod. I'm betting I can use electricity on this guy. That's a face of some description. Hey, I had one of those. It was marginally less useless than the one I had in Pokemon Red. Because it actually leveled up and I didn't have to swap every other monster in its place to actually do some fighting. I mean, it's still pretty useless, but not as useless as it used to be. That's kind of nice. Still not scared of your crappy water monsters. Because zappy zappy. I'm all kinds of something, Wayne. You don't even know. Can I steal his mail? No. Missed opportunity. Should be able to steal his mail. Alright, Bill. Let's fix this whole thing. There's always been a problem with you over the course of generations working with teleportation technology. Ending up getting Jeff Goldblum at pretty much every corner. You're a Nidoran? Or a Nidorino? I thought you were a Rattata. Sure. And if this is like Gen 1 monster, you should be able to look up all the Eevee evolutions on his computer as well. Oh, we're getting cutscenes. Gotta admit, Eevee makes the whole sort of concept of this marginally less terrifying. Sup? Yeah, I can go to a fancy ship party. Can I look at your computer and find all the Pokemon stuff? Huh. Well, I know where these are. I've played the first generation of monsters. I mean, at least when you did this Gen 1, they got added to your Pokedex. Do you have anything else of value to tell me? Nope. I don't want to go to a stupid party. I'd kind of be interested to see if you could prevent the SSN from taking off and see if there was still like that truck there. I might end up seeing if that's a thing. Yes, I will battle you because my Eevee is broken and ridiculous and I'm not scared of you. Nice hair, by the way. You're Machop. Well, you've got type advantage on me, but I have levels and status afflictions. And I can heal myself. So I'm not really scared of you. Nice. You know, the first one of these guys was actually kind of tricky because he healed every turn, in addition to doing damage to you, but you know, since then, they're kind of been a joke. Yeah, you got taken out. Sorry. Hey, they didn't move it very far. That's kind of cool. Really, it's equal to the level of the monster using it. That's... I don't know if that's a new effect or how it's always been, but that's interesting. And a lure. That water looks quite nice off to the right. And now we gotta go all the way back to Cerulean. There's a very tiny Bellsprout up there. Oh, you found a thing? No, you're just smelling stuff. Like every pet I've ever had you just like smelling things. Uh-oh. Go away, Squirtle. Oh my god, it's almost like we need to go here next because they opened up the route. Yes, I would like to rest my monster. And I've been up all night doing this, so I think we'll call it here. But Pokemon Let's Go Eevee, it's kind of sort of like a consoleized version of Pokemon Yellow, but with an Eevee, which makes it better because Pikachu's dumb. They made Eevee ridiculously powerful for no adequately explained reason, and I don't like the lack of combat in terms of catching monsters, but and the motion control is garbage. But everything else about it's not bad. I mean, they've added and changed where monsters are. They've got hidden rare things all over the place, like that Clefable I caught for no reason. There's a lot of new stuff here if you're used to the original, and it might actually be worthwhile if you already have a Switch. Now, do I think this is a game worth owning a Switch for? It's definitely probably one of the better Switch games I've played, but that said, I've got a really low opinion of the Switch in general. But this one's actually a lot better than most of the Switch games I've ever played, and well, I'm still doing Pokemon Crystal, and I have to do an episode of it tomorrow for this week's Let's Play, but if anyone out there wants, maybe I could see and do like a supplementary Let's Play of this in between, like in the middle of the week or something. But I hope you've enjoyed this study of whatever the hell this game is, which is a pretty decent kind of remake, kind of new thing altogether that surprises people who have already played it, while adding awkward motion controls. And if you have, feel free to follow the Twitch channel, subscribe to my YouTube channel, which is the same as my Twitch channel. And if you really want to help support me, go to my Patreon, chip in there, get on the Patreon supporters Discord through that means, and we can talk about how incredibly OP Eevee now is for some reason. But it's just another reason to prove Eevee is way better than Pikachu, because Pikachu sucks. But I hope you enjoyed this, and I will see you next time. Peace out, Internet.